Okay, good evening. It is October 31st, and I don't celebrate Halloween, so I'm doing a video tonight. um, I am I'm touching on some things tonight about the FBI, certain things that have come out about the FBI and that have been kind of mounting over the weeks, and I want to basically, the FBI has been arresting all kinds of people. Okay, so we got the issue that happened with Mike Lindell here in Minnesota, where they just cornered him and took his phone from him at a Hardee's. Okay, that was the FBI for no reason at all. Okay, then there have been several people that have been arrested that are pro-life activists by the FBI. Okay, and the last video I did, I've been I was doing this video about Thomas Turnholm, who was 92 years old but passed away in a veterans hospital, but he was the president of pro-life ministry in St. Paul. Okay, and he was he was not treated well at the St. Paul VA hospital. Okay, so there were some very precarious things that happened there with his death. Okay, and he was the head of pro-life, the president of pro-life ministries in St. Paul. Okay, so, and then since then, there have been a bunch of other pro-life activists actually arrested and harassed by the FBI all over the country. So it does seem to be a sign that the FBI is targeting pro-life activists. So that means that they're anti-life. That means that they're Democrats, they're abortionists, they're atheists. Okay, basically, I'm not saying all the FBI is like this, but I'm saying that a majority of them are, if they're doing this kind of thing. So Mike Lindell here in Minnesota, I'm in Minneapolis, was just like coming back from a hunting thing or something, and he gets cornered by the FBI, and they illegally take his cell phone from him. I mean, and then Steve Bannon, who had that show, he's been arrested illegally by the FBI. Then there's other, Roger Stone, anybody that is like a Trump supporter is being arrested by the FBI. Okay, so thankfully I haven't been arrested yet. I think they're afraid of me because I'm just like really like an Irish like bulldog, and I just tell it like it is, and I just don't care, and I'm a legitimate military whistleblower. I have all kinds of documentation to prove what I did in the military, what I recorded. I uncovered a $2.7 million embezzlement scandal, and you didn't do anything to help me in any way. The FBI, we tried reporting what was happening at that base to the FBI in Phoenix, and they were actually told, the FBI in Phoenix, they were told to stand down. So the FBI in Phoenix was totally corrupted, and then the police were told just that they didn't have any jurisdiction on a military base. So I mean, you have to understand, I have a lot of mistrust with the whole police and FBI. Okay, because of what I have been through as a whistleblower. So you have to understand there's so the FBI has been being corrupted for a long time. Okay, and when I was a whistleblower, when I first moved back from Arizona, I did try contacting the FBI in Phoenix, and they didn't do anything. This is a federal crime because it's a federal military base, is it not? And they didn't do anything. Okay, so that tells you a lot about the FBI in Phoenix. Okay, and then I found out later that they were actually told to stand down. They were actually a part of it, the FBI in Phoenix. Okay, so the FBI is totally compromised. Okay, so if the FBI is compromised, who's doing any kind of legitimate investigation into any federal crime in the entire country? If the FBI is compromised, the FBI is supposed to be the one that you contact for federal crimes, not just local or domestic, like federal crimes. Okay, so if you can't contact anybody for federal crimes, then you got nobody investigating federal crimes. That's kind of a big red flag, you would think, right? So anyway, so then, then I came back to Minnesota, and I have these actual death threats on my phone. We're going to kill you, or, actual death threats right on my phone. And they're like, oh, we don't know who the FBI in Minneapolis, we don't know who this is from. We can't validate who this number is from. They didn't even try to investigate who the number is from or help me in any way. So, that's the FBI in Minneapolis. And then when I moved to South Dakota, and we're at my house there, same thing. They were just totally worthless. They they didn't want to look into anything. They didn't want to help me with anything. Okay, they were, so there is something very serious going on with the FBI. Very much corruption. So, then I wanted to touch on, so it's the FBI, and then it's also the CIA, who we have known is a part of the evil agenda since the 40s. Okay, so the CIA has been a part of this agenda for a long time, and so they I have this guy that has been reaching out to me, that has been sending me emails, that knows that I'm a targeted individual, and he basically has been admitting to me that he's been a part of this CIA DIA contractor, where they're actually targeting the veterans. Okay, so this is not some kind of conspiracy theory. This is a real program called a Targeted Individual Program, and I have an actual DoD contractor reaching out to me telling me this is an actual program, and I respect him for doing that to me, but at the same time, it's like, how would anybody, they just get this huge paycheck for being involved in this program. They just, so, but, I respect him for reaching out to me, but, basically, I'm going to share with you what he's been telling me, what they've been doing in the CIA. So, basically they are targeting veterans, he said. It does actually exist. Targeted Individual Program does actually exist. They're, this is what is causing the suicides in this country. Major suicides in this country, this Targeted Individual Program. Okay, well, they're specifically targeting our country because, our country is the last superpower that they had to bring down. If we can bring this country down, then it was like the whole rest of the world would go down after us. Okay, we're the last superpower that they are after. They're after, it's the whole AI technology and the whole CIA, DIA. The CIA got corrupted ever since the 40s. Okay, so there's more suicides in our country than any other country. Okay, it's because, well, some of them are suicided, and some of them are being killed by this program, and they're making it look like a suicide. Okay, this is very serious, so people need to listen to this. Okay, This is AI, artificial intelligence, supercomputer technology. The AI intelligence system of a remote neural network exascale supercomputer is generating content from the targeted individual through YouTube or social media. Then the AI targets a victim's belief system and with content based on whatever event or topic will capture the target individual's attention and provoke those target individuals into emotional or intellectual synaptic responses, which can be remotely measured and integrated back into RNM data. So to simplify, the AI artificial intelligence responds to emotional state of the target with targeted triggered attacks based on whatever the victim targeting is thinking about or generating emotional synaptic responses from, and the brain mind control victims for the whole brain emulation or fragmentation. It's caused to break the brain or psyche of a person down. This is the goal. This is done to achieve direct behavioral control over mind control victims or to mind hobble or kill the victim. Okay, so this is intention is to kill the person. This is not a game. This is a very serious situation. This is what a lot of veterans are going through right now. And if you try to say this is some kind of conspiracy theory, then think again after listening to this video, because this is straight from the mouth of one of a CIA DIA contractors. And I respect him for reaching out to me and telling me this. But he himself knows about this program. So he said directed energy weapons systems of the U.S. Department of Defense are used to silence and kill whistleblowers, activists, and dissidents, or anyone that the American shadow government considers a threat. CIA contractors use an exascale RNM supercomputer via brain-to-computer interface, electronic brain-to-brain interface, and brain-to-cloud interface, targeting their victims' cerebral cortex with a bidirectional fabrication and falsified bit stream of electromagnetic low-frequency waves, specifically tuned into the victim's brainwave signature. Okay, so I mean, this is really deep. Okay, I'll go into it more, but that's all I want to touch on tonight. But I mean, this is a trauma-based mind control program. This is what is killing our veterans in this country. Anybody that tries to say that this is some kind of conspiracy theory, I've got all the evidence right here, right in front of me, right from a CIA DIA contractor that has been providing this to me. They can actually cause strokes, adrenaline damage, artificially induced diseases. They can cause heart failure. It's a supercomputer that is actually targeting us. It's actually like a miracle that I'm even alive to speak about this right now, because I have been targeted by this supercomputer for 10, almost 12 years now. Okay, so I've known something is seriously wrong for a long time, and I've known it's real. I'm not making this up. Okay, so if you are a targeted individual, you need to hear this. Okay, and I will talk more about this, but it's very complex. But the good news is that these CIA DIA contractors are starting to get arrested now for crimes against humanity. Okay, there's a new article that has come out, Article 107 and 109, where they're actually starting to arrest these people involved in this program, the CIA DIA contractors, and they're located all over the world, not just America. They're disseminated all over the world. Some of them, they don't even live here, but they're using a computer to target our brains. It's called a hammer computer. It's called the hammer, or something like that, and they're sometimes they're located multiple parts of the country. So, but there is an article that has come out where they can actually start going after these people now, and they are starting to be arrested for crimes against humanity. So I want to do this video tonight so people understand that this is actually happening now, where they are being arrested. You are not insane. You are not crazy. This is an actual program that's been after you and other veterans. And so I'll talk more about it later, but this is just the start. Jesus.